decided that I'd look at how being outside is so important for immunity, and how we've all been locked away for another 3 weeks at least, which we kind of expected, but how you can avoid your immunity from being suppressed, making it yourself as healthy as possible so that we can kind of get out of this lockdown as quickly as possible. Hi Laura. So we really, it's so important, you know. I've heard a lot of stories over the last week of how mental health is being affected in a lot of people. And we kind of expected this. We expected that people who have suffered with their mental health some people are suffering. I'm not afraid to speak about my mental health. I spent 10 years on antidepressants, and I was diagnosed as I think it probably would be bipolar now, but manic depression. And now I don't class myself as a depressive at all. I've kind of worked quite holistically to get myself off of antidepressants about 6-7 years ago. I met my lovely friend, very, very close friend, Robin Graham, and she helped me to get off of antidepressants. I've never looked back. But it's all through taking that plaster off and working through it. But we won't go into that today. But it is, for some people, the way they've got over their mental health is by doing something. It's a doing thing. So you find something that makes you happy and you're doing. And some of us have been stopped doing the things that that keep our mental health well. So I thought we'd take a real good look at that today. And usually I kind of do a bit of research. I've done a little bit of research into it, but I already know some of this stuff. So I just wanted to point out a few things of why it's really good to get outside if you can for with mental health and for your immunity. So fresh air is good for your digestive system because it increases the flow of oxygen, okay, to the digestive system. So it's pumping the blood round, and you need the fresh oxygen for your digestive system to work properly. It improves your blood pressure and your heart rate. Your immune system is boosted so much from being outside because you're so, hi Leanne, from being, you're happy, you know, when the sun's shining, whether the sun's shining or not, getting out into nature naturally grounds you, whether you know it or not. And it helps to with your white blood cell function and properly fighting and killing off bacteria. So we're all shut indoors with windows closed, no fresh air, no fresh oxygen. Therefore, it's a breeding ground for bacteria. So being out in fresh air actually helps you to kill off good bacteria and germs. Okay, and that's a fact, scientific fact. It cleans your lungs. You release airborne toxins when you exhale. Okay, so you're gonna get out into some fresh air, get some more oxygen into your blood. All right, and it'll give you a clearer, sharper mind. Okay, good. So I need some interaction today. So I'm going to get you to think about something, and you might need a pen and paper, or you might be able to remember this. Another thing I wrote down for myself to remind me that when you are stressed, you're releasing stress hormones. Stress hormones shut down your immune system. And there was a lovely quote that I posted on my personal Facebook page this week about, let me just find it to tell you what it was. It was basically saying, I've got to read this out to you because it was so, yeah, that's so true. Let me find it. Fear does not stop death, it stops life. And worrying does not take away tomorrow's troubles. It takes away today's peace. Now, that doesn't say about your immune system or anything, but being fearful of anything that's going on is not going to help anything. Okay, it's just stopping you in this moment, in today, in now, and what's happening right now for you. So we're going to look at the things that make you happy. All right, so I want you to think about some things that make you happy. I want you to make a list of the 3 top things that make you go, oh, that makes me happy, that makes my heart sing, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to give you some examples. So number 1 is of the physical things that make you feel good. They're doing things. These are the doing things, all right? So maybe drinking a pint of water afterwards, your body thanks you and relaxes, okay? Because it's kind of good for your cells and you naturally feel better after drinking a pint of water. A walk in fresh air. Exercise. Doing something artistic. Meditation, mindfulness. There might be a specific thing that makes you happy, a doing thing that makes you happy, like gardening or I don't know, DIY. There's lots of things, physical things that make you happy. All right, so I want you to just write down or think of something. This is the doing things. You've got the other options of the listening, watching, external things. So the doing things are internal kind of things that you're doing that make you feel great, you know, for you. All right. The listening, watching, external kind of stuff, less internal. Things like music, watching a good film. What film makes you feel good? Sitting in the garden and listening to birds or watching nature. Your animals or loved ones. Hi, Jackie. A chat with a friend. Learning or reading a book or so external things. These are examples, but they're not specifics. So I want you to think of specific things that really make you happy. All right, every time you see or do or hear or smell or do something, list those 3 things, and I want you to put them in the comments if you can, please. Just want to know, if you can, pop them in the comments, the things that make you happy, the 3 top things that when you think about them, they make you happy. Could be a person, could be an animal, could be the thought of going horse riding, could be swimming, it could be laying on a beach, it could be, you know, picking flowers, arranging flowers, painting, drawing someone, drawing something, making pottery, playing with plasticine, playing with Play-Doh, a feeling, you know, the feeling of velvet. Some people hate it, some people love it, we're all individual. But I really would love to see your comments on what your things are. Thank you, Bella. That's lovely, Faye. Those things make me happy too, Faye. Oh, Ellie, that's lovely. Yes, Courtney, cakes. Making cakes. Yeah, the smell of something about making cakes. And the smell, like smells as well. What smells make you happy? So there's things like this. I love the smell of coffee. Just love the smell of it. And sometimes it don't taste as good as the smell, but I just love that smell. I've got actually a coffee scent for Scentsy morning one. Oh, love it. Okay, so think of these thoughts, of those things that you go, oh, that makes me happy. That just makes me happy. And have an association to something somewhere along the line. Okay, good. Okay, so I want you to look at these 3 things and I want you to commit to doing or experiencing at least one of these things every day. Okay. Oh yeah, washing off the line. Lovely. Okay. So you need to be committing to, can you give me a thumbs up if you can commit to doing or experiencing, making this happen, one of these things every day. I don't think you can make cakes, Courtney. Not every day. It's really calming to make cakes. It's right. Thank you, Bella. Thank you, Courtney. Excellent. Okay. Right. Now, I want you to also think about how these things are in your life. Are you making these things that make you the happiest in your life every day? I know washing's in my life nearly every day, but keeping these things in your life every day, and are they part of you? Okay. Hi, Russ. I want you to now think about, can you accept yourself as you are? Right, this sounds really completely random, different question, but can you accept yourself as you are? Okay, are you happy with yourself? Just think about that. And if there's something that you don't like, ask yourself the questions. 1, is it hurting anyone? Is this one thing or something that you don't like? Is it hurting anyone? Is it hurting you? Okay. Now, if it is, we can look at that in a minute. If not, why are you going to change it? It's the acceptance of you. Okay. Okay, this is something else. I know it seems separate, but there's a reason. Okay, so if there is something that you'd like to change, how is it serving you? Like, if you're still doing something that you don't accept yourself as you are, there's something that you're not accepting in yourself, something you don't like, how is it serving you? Why is it still happening? And how is it serving others? So asking yourself that question. And then keep on asking yourself the question, so then why do I do that? Then you give yourself an answer and say, is that a good enough answer? If it's something that you don't like and you're not willing to accept it. I'm happy to keep on asking you the questions. So if you want me to help you with this, send me a message. I am more than happy to help you unravel it. Okay, so asking you questions until you find out why, until you work out how you can change it, if you want to change it. If not, I want you to, if you're not willing to change something, you need to learn to be accepting of what that thing is that you don't like about yourself. And that's okay. All right? And is that part of one of these 3 things that you love? Would it change that, for instance? Would it make any difference to those 3 things? Right, okay. So our aim is to get you feeling good, happy and confident, right? So thinking about these 3 things plus your acceptance of yourself, all right, as you are. And, you know, my aim in the dance school is to have good feeling, getting you to feel good, getting you to feel happy, getting you to feel confident in yourself. And our aim in our new studio is to be somewhere that everybody can come to feel happy, accepted, and learn to feel the best that they can feel. Okay? So that's my aim in the new studio when we get there. So it's about finding the things that make you happy, making you feel accepting of yourself, and doing everything you can to wake you up in the morning to feel like today's going to be a good day. Okay? So now, keeping those 3 things that you have in mind, all right, we're going to go into a meditation. All right. So if you can, sit yourself somewhere nice and calm with your feet flat on the ground. And if you can, close your eyes. Now I want you to imagine you've got some white light just shining down on the top of your head. All right. Lots of white light and love just drenching you from your head to your toes. And notice any areas on you that you feel that need healing. And send it lots of love. Wash away any of those feelings all the way down your body, down through your feet into Mother Earth, and letting your roots grow out of the soles of your feet so that you feel grounded. Okay, now I want you to think of a colour, any colour that pops into your head that you like. And once you've got that colour, look at it, intensify that colour, make it light. Think of a place in your body where you want this colour to shine on, or where you want it to be absorbed. And make note of where it's gone and where you feel you need it. Now I want you to think of one of your top things that make you truly happy and that you have gratitude for. See what colour that looks like. And where do you feel that in your body when you think about it? Where do you feel the feeling that makes you happy and thankful for that thing that makes you happy? I want you to sit with this and imagine that feeling it's given you. Imagine it happening and you doing or feeling the feelings that you feel when you see, hear, smell, do the thing that makes you happy. And remember this, and remember the colour. Remember the colour that reminds you of this thought. And whenever you're feeling overwhelmed or sad, think of that thing. Think of that colour. Put that colour on you. Try and look for the colour that makes you feel great, makes you feel happy. It's just our thoughts that make us happy or sad. So try thinking of those things that make you happy. And remember that we are all in this together. We're under the same stars and the same sun, on the same earth, made of the same particles. And when you raise your vibration, the happiness is infectious. Okay? So just think about a time when you were truly happy. And you can make it happen again in your own head. And it's worth it for you to take the time out for you rather than sitting in whatever's making you feel overwhelmed or sad. Keep this in your toolbox. And maybe if you're seeing that colour a lot, it's trying to remind you of the thing that can make you happy. And if you find yourself getting too much in your thoughts, stop. Hold your hand out. And do the practice that we did that very first day we did the mindfulness practice. Of closing your eyes and getting your forefinger, drawing up the outside of your thumb and over the top into the crease between your thumb and your forefinger of the other hand. Up and over that finger and down, and noticing how it feels for the hand that is being felt and the hand that's doing the feeling. Off we go. Up and down and around. So that's just something that can bring you back to you and being calm. Okay, so now keep those colours in your head. And we're going to just slowly bring ourselves back to opening our eyes. Imagining all of those colours and working from your feet with this lovely warm white light going all the way up. Up, up, and up to the top of your head. And slowly open your eyes. Good. Okay. So that's really the majority of what I wanted to do with you today. I don't think there was anything else. No. So just try and remember that. Getting outside, getting into nature, walking calmly, breathing, getting the air into your lungs. It's going to keep you well. It's going to keep that immunity up. Happiness. It's good. We're all going to have good and bad days, but if we can just, when we're having one of those not so good days, just give yourself your own little injection of happiness. Anyway, lots of love to you all, and hopefully see you on Monday morning at 9:30 for the morning stretch.